Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. We are from Group 4. Today we are going to present our material. And the first presenters, it's me, Aisyah Karim. And we will start now. Okay. Definition of grammatical analysis. The first is cohesion. Cohesion serves to create unity in a text by establishing connection, such as connection between its constituent parts, such as phrase or paragraphs. According to Sudani et al., 2017, a cohesive device is used to maintain the continuity in a conversation or material or a text. In order to be considered cohesive, a text must have elements that are consistent with one another and provide significant meaning to the readers. And then, according to Richard, 2006, says that grammatical competence is the knowledge of a language that make it possible for us to make sentences in a language. So, definition of grammatical analysis, according to Liverny 2013, grammatical cohesion are form of cohesion realized through grammar. This device is related to the way words, clauses, and sentences are linked together in a text. It is a form of formal connections that relate linguistic elements, which refer to conformity of grammatical rule between items that exist later with another items that has already exist. So that's all for the first presenter. And then we continue with the second presenter is Fitriani. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Kaisha, for the chance. Now I'm going to continue about the grammatical cohesion types. Well, as what we have already known about the definitions of grammatical cohesion types, it's really important to know because cohesion is a crucial aspect of the text because it helps to ensure that the ideas flows smoothly from one part to another part. So this is the purpose of understanding cohesion in discourse analysis. Well, now we are coming to the types of grammatical cohesions according to Holiday and Hassan. And as you can see, there are four types of grammatical cohesions. The first one is reference. The second one is substitutions. The third is conjunction, and the last one is ellipsis. Now I'm going to discuss further in the next slides. Please move to the next slide. Okay, can you move to the next slide, Kak? Okay, sorry, it's a bit stuck in my laptop. Well, we start from reference first. In the previous slide, reference is the scenario in which one element cannot be semantically comprehended unless it's revert to another element in the text. So in reference, you can see here there are two types of references. The first one is exaphoric. The exaphoric means the relationship beyond the text border, and the second one is the the opposite of exophoric, which means endophoric. And you can see from the exophoric example here, that is the wonderful that is the wonderful idea. So from the sentence, to get the meaning of that, the reader must look outside the situation. And you can see in the right side, there is exaphoric reference, build the relationship inside the text. There are two types of endophoric relation. The first one is anaphoric, and the second one is cataphoric. Now let's look of the example. The first one is Tina went to the party. She sat with Nella. So, and in anaphoric, the word she here will be change the word Tina. So this is what we call anaphoric. And the second one is cataphoric. As you can see in the example of cataphoric, as soon as he arrived, Duke visit his parent. For the second example, the word that call the cataphoric is the word Duke. Duke the Duke is changed as the word he. So this is the example of references. Now please move to the next slide. Okay. Okay, this is the framework from the Halliday and Hassan theory. The reference divided into, like I mentioned already, personal, demonstrative, and comparative. And you can see here the specifications and also example. Right, now this is about the references. Now please move to the next slide. Okay, well, now the second one is substitutions. Substitutions occurs when one item in the text is replaced by another in order to avoid repetition. This is what the definitions of substitutions. And you can see here there are three kinds or three types of substitution. The first one is normal substitution, verbal substitutions, and clausal substitutions. And as you can see here, the first one is the noun substitution, or nominal. We can see nominal group can be replaced with another noun through nominal substitutions. The word that we can find in this kind is one and then some. Have a look at this example. This car is old. I will buy a new one. One substitutes car, right? This is to avoid the repetitions of the word car. And the second one is verbal. Verbal substitution is the process of replacing one verb with another. And the word that usually used in this kind is the word do. But we have let a look at the example. I challenge you to win the game before I do, right? Do here will substitute the word challenge, right? So this is what we call verbal substitutions. And the last one is clausal. Clausal substitution is the process of substituting clause by the word so or not. Let's look at this example. Do you think the teacher is going to absent tomorrow? And no, I don't think so. So we'll substitute the word teacher is going to be absent. So this is the explanations about substitutions. And now we are coming to the third kinds of cohesion. Please move to the next slide. Okay, conjunction. I'm pretty sure that when talking about conjunction, we have been so very familiar when we are coming to the writing, especially in writing text. Now, what is actually the conjunction? Conjunction is serve as a connecting element between a phrase and or cause. And then you can see here the conjunctions will convey the logical semantic relationship between sentence, right? So there are four categories of conjunction. The first one is adjective, adversative, causal, and temporal. Now please oh, this one. You can see in the table there are several specifications of conjunction, like I mentioned before. And the example, I'm very sure we always use like an adjective, adversative, adversative, causal, and temporal in writing. And the example, like furthermore, to combine the phrase and clause, and to combine the sentence in every paragraph. Well, for the last one is the kinds of cohesion type is, please move the next slide. Ellipsis. This is the last one. So from the definition, ellipsis is the technique of removing the superfluous item that previously mentions in a text and replacing the word with nothing. And you can see there are three kinds of ellipsis. The first one is nominal, verbal, and causal. It's all the same with the substitutions. Well, in the first definitions of nominal ellipsis, the noun is omit, right? So the example, my brother likes sport. In fact, both zero love football. So both here, my brother are replaced by the word both. So the word my brother is omitted, right? My brother likes sport. Both love football, right? The second one is verbal. Verbal ellipsis involve the omissions of the verb. The example, have you been studying? Yes, I have. So in this part, we don't need to mention yes, I have been studying. So have been studying is omitted, right? And the last one is clausal ellipsis. Occurs when clause is omitted. For example, who is writing on the board? And the rest one, Alice, right, is writing on the board. So in this example, the clause writing on the board is excluded in B. So we just need to say Alice. That's enough. Okay, this is the explanations of kinds of cohesion types. Now we are coming to Yatni explanation. Okay, time is yours.
Okay, thank you, Fitri, for the explanation. Now we move to the function of grammatical cohesion in language learning. So why we take it on the language learning? Because we know that we are from English education, so we're more focusing on the grammatical cohesion in language learning. Like what my friends already mentioned earlier, that how Aisyah mentioned, Halday and Halday 1976 mentioned that a cohesion is a relation between a meaning that contains a particular writing text and how the reader interprets the various discourse aspect from that written text. And then we connected the Yule 1989 definition that the cohesive links the text that given some insight into how the writer structure what they want to say, and that what they want to say is help the reader judge whether something is well written or not. So based on that to explanation, we found that Lee conclude the grammatical cohesion in foreign language education able to deeper the language form of cohesiveness of structure or regularity to comprehend the qualities of the words or the sentence in order to help the learners master the grammatical cohesion through the discourse analysis, because like what has Halliday mentioned, that discourse the cohesion could be analyzed through the various discourse aspect. And move to the next slide. Okay, next slide is the grammatical cohesion research procedure. So according to Liverny 2013 procedure to conducting discourse analysis on grammatical cohesion, first we collecting the written form data, because we know that the the grammatical cohesion is um, commonly or mostly used in written language. And then second is reading the text comprehensively. So we read the text first and then identify the types of cohesion in the text. Like what Fitriani mentioned, there are kinds of grammatical cohesion like conjunction, epsilons, and then the number 4 is analyzing the function of cohesion in text by using the grammatical cohesion theory, and then the last is summarize the conclusion. So for the grammatical cohesion research procedure, it's actually depends on the researcher itself, because uh, there is no like several procedure that the researcher have to do this like this or do exactly like this. So you could actually just, if you want to pass the number 4, like analyzing the function, if you just want to identify the type of cohesion, it's okay, because we don't find the exact research process that you have to follow. It depends on your focus of research. If you want to focus on identifying only, then it's okay if you just continue into the third steps and then summarize the conclusion. And then next is for the example. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is the example of grammatical cohesion research. And thankfully, we found the example that occurs that was published by our own lecturers. And then, like what I mentioned earlier, if you want to just focus on finding the finding the types only, we could do that. So this is the example: a discourse analysis on grammatical cohesion in news item text of Symphony 3 grade English textbook. So this is based on the English textbook, and like on the third steps is identifying the types. You can see in here the types that occur here is the references and conjunction and ellipsis. However, in this research, there is no substantial found in the text. And the researchers here only focusing to find the types and the percentage of each types. So there are 91% for the reference, and the other is 38% for the conjunction. So the researcher in here only focusing on determining or finding the types, but not describing the function. So it's okay. And then the next example. Okay, the next example is also from our lecturer, discuss analysis on grammatical cohesion device in college students' academic essay writing. So in this research, the third steps or the identifying the types of grammatical cohesion here is shows that the grammatical cohesion here show that the reference with 53% and the conjunction. So same like the previous one, it's focusing on finding the types of a grammatical grammatical cohesion types, and then also focusing on the function. So the result also indicate that the lack of grammatical cohesion use term of comprehension, knowledge, and ability in writing with constituting appropriate grammatical cohesion device. So the function in here shows that the a lack of grammatical cohesion is determine the comprehension and knowledge and ability in writing is because of the inappropriate grammar cohesion. And then the last example. Okay, the last example is the lexical and grammatical cohesion in students' essay writing as a English productive skill. So this the last example is different than the other two because in the last example, the researchers focus on two aspects. They are lexical and grammatical cohesion. But because we are focused on grammatical cohesion, we will describe more about the about the grammatical cohesion. So the grammatical cohesion that occur here is that the referent and substitution and ellipsis and conjunction is occur, and then among them, the reference is considered as a cohesion mark that mostly used by students. So the reference one is the most used by students, and the function here, the function from the fourth step, is this research significantly uh, the base for developing a learning material in teaching writing as one of the English productive skill. So after the researcher analyzed the types of it, the researcher found that this reference as a grammatical cohesion and a lexical could use as a significant base to developing more about the learning material in teaching writing as one of the productive skills. So the function in here is actually not connected, not really connected with the grammatical cohesion theory, but it's mostly just to show the result and the implication for the result. That's what we found in the real example on the paper. I think that's all that I can explain. I will give it back to Aisyah. Thank you.
Yeah, masih ke mute.
Okay, that's all for our presentation today. If you have a question, just add in Facebook. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you.